All right, boys. Today I got a bit of a surprise in the mail. I want to show you what I got. This is pretty cool. If you guys can see this. So a fella that watches the channel contacted me a few weeks ago, and he was like, I'm doing this little project of mine. I was wondering if I could include you in this project. I said, oh, what's the project? He sends me a work in progress of this. And he asks me if I can send him a few pictures across. And then this comes in the mail today. And this made me smile. I have to say, this made me smile. You know, I've watched YouTube fitness for a very, very long time. Everything that I've known, everything that I know when it comes to fitness is basically self-taught. And when I say self-taught, I mean YouTube and Instagram, and you know, the online world taught me everything. I don't have anybody in my life privately that lifts weights. Back then, you know, when I joined the gym, I met a few fellas, but I haven't really been a gym goer myself that much over the years. So some of these faces that you see, I mean, all of these faces that you see on this poster are basically icons of the past and the present. Except me, I struggle to kind of, I struggle to see myself in the same light as some of these people. These people have huge followings, huge reach when it comes to the community of fitness. Some I agree with, others I don't agree with. Some have passed away, others are still with us today. But you know, when you take all of that into consideration, into the same thought, all of these people are, to a certain degree, to some extent, friends of mine. They are people that have the same interests. Some have taken vastly different roads when it comes to this little interest of ours, this little hobby of ours. Some have taken the unnatural path, some have taken the natural path. But regardless of, you know, the drug use or no drug use, or cheating or no cheating, or whatever the case might be, we're all talking about the same thing. And it's a celebration of working out, self-improvement. I think all of us that want to get fitter and stronger in the gym, we come from a place of self-improvement. And it doesn't stop just with the physical form. It continues on to the emotional form, mental form, be better in your relationships, in your private life, with your family, at your job. So when you take on some of these characteristics, you know, in the gym, trying to improve the freaking back squat or the deadlift or whatever, some of these methods that we use, some of these things that we think about, can be carried over to other parts of our life. You can look at a relationship breakdown that you might have, or difficulty, and you can kind of pick it apart and try and work on some of the weaknesses that you might have to improve that. And so all of these people have kind of used similar methods, including myself. We all have kind of different takes on certain things, but to see myself on this poster is incredible. I never thought I was ever going to be looked by anybody. I know this is one person that's created this art, but I never thought I would be ever looked at in the same light or in the same freaking reach as Tom Platz, right? Tom Platz is somebody that I looked upon, you know, way back, you know, when I first started lifting. I didn't really know much. There was a time where I thought all of these people were natural and was completely gettable just with hard work. You know, even in my early 20s, I just kind of believed that. I was so removed away from the fitness world. I didn't really care about it. You know, I was a basketball player. That was my childhood upbringing. And then you see, you know, Tom Platz's freaking quads and legs and physique, and then you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you kind of start, you know these figures, but you don't really know them until you kind of get amongst it and you try and do some squats. And then you kind of see the hierarchy of all the people that have done squats. And then Tom Platz ends up being one of the top guys when it comes to squats. And then you meet Ivan Abujev and all these kind of people online, and you kind of discover your own cohort of people. If I was to make something like this, I would have different people. But this fella, the owner of School of Mass, by the way, I'll link his Instagram down in the comments, so you can kind of check his site out. He does make clothing and other pieces like this, so you can jump on there and see what you like and decorate your garage. I'm going to try and work out where I'm going to put this, but for now, this is a really nice spot. And it, you know, I don't do this sort of stuff where I shout out other creators or other things. There's nothing worse when when my phone cuts out and I continue talking without realizing it. But what I wanted to say is that a lot of people have reached out over the course of my YouTube career, if you want to say, and they've kind of wanted to do sponsorships or sell this product for me, sell that product for me. And my gut reaction always been no, because it doesn't align with me. And so I've said no to most things. And frankly, I don't get involved in any of that because I want this to be a hobby. I want this to be fun. I want this to be me. I don't want it to be monetized. I don't want it to be all of that stuff. Obviously, you know, you need some sort of monetization to make this your life. You can't live off freaking oxygen and grass. You need to sustain your family. So if I could make this full time, obviously I understand why people end up selling all these things through their channels and through their personas and whatnot. But for me, okay, you know, I will help out somebody like this who is aligned, who makes me feel a certain way. And this fella, when he reached out and he wanted to do this, I thought, without a doubt, I want to give you a shout out, give your work a shout out. I think this is really cool because a lot of times, I think in all sorts of subcultures, you know, groups in society, there's division everywhere. And when I see this, I see a whole bunch of other, you know, different people, different takes, different ideas. And it's kind of nice to see everyone in one. I mean, I certainly feel like I don't belong there in terms of my achievements and what I've accomplished, but I do share the same passion as some of these people. And in a way, you could say that these are my people. I mean, I don't agree with everything they do and they've done. And quite frankly, very sad about some of these people that have passed away in their freaking 30s and who are heading down that road themselves. That saddens me, and I wish that there wasn't, you know, that it wasn't so prevalent, you know, disease and illness and death in this little kind of really cool subculture that I've fallen in love with over the years. But that's the reality. You know, I don't agree with a lot of these guys, but also I don't agree with my own blood brother. We fight, we disagree on many other things. And so this idea to think that you need to agree with everyone in the community, that's false. You know, my opinion is not the best one. A lot of people have said to me, what the hell are you squatting every day for? That's not the best way. And there's other people like Tom Platz, he squats like once a month, or he used to squat once a month or once a fortnight or whatever. That doesn't mean that I have to go to war with Tom Platz over the... We love the squat. We love to squat. And so if he was here, I'd get along with him. I know I'd get along with him because we could have hundreds of freaking hours of conversation because we share the same passions. And this is what this means for me. The fact that I am so close to Tom Platz and some of these other guys. I don't know a lot of these guys, a lot of these bodybuilders. Like obviously I know Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know some of the YouTube guys down here. You know, some of these personalities. I don't follow a lot of these bodybuilders. You know, Grizzly, you know, the Grizzly in recent times, I get attracted to guys like that because I don't know why. Like, you know, I think it's because there's a lot of passion. He screams, he yells, he does whatever the hell he wants. He doesn't follow these conventional programs that a lot of people like to follow. He just plays. He's a kid that plays in his own garage, in his own little workout area, and I love that. And so this is what I see, you know, some of these guys like Ziz, man, like he fell in love with the aesthetics. You know, that's not my kind of thing, but I reckon I would have gotten along with Ziz as well, you know, because we shared the gym love. And so School of Mass, check him out. I'll link the link in the description. Check him out. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool, and I want to thank you for including me in this piece. You know, there I am. That's pretty cool. Speaking of passion, speaking of love of the game, spent a lot of time in here today after night shift. I haven't even eaten. Got up. I set another PR. I did 100 power clean. I did 100 for 5 sets of 3. So I'm getting really used to that whole, you know, clean and the hip contact. It's becoming more comfortable, and I think the fact that after like 10 years, I got some of the chalk, which has leaves in it as well, makes a world of difference. I feel like my hook grip is getting better. There's a little bit of wear or tear, whatever you want to call it. I feel like my skin is really thin here. So I need to kind of monitor that as time goes on, make sure I don't tear. obviously I'm a nurse, I can't freaking go in with open wounds in my hands. Did that, did some back squats. I tried to work up to 200, and I kind of like, I had this realization that I got these crash mats, and so I can really push the back squat. Why not? Why not feel a weight that I'm too tired for today? You know, after doing the 100 kilo cleans, I was like, man, okay, 190 moved all right. 200, as soon as I unracked it, I was like caving in the thoracic spine. I couldn't control it. Who cares? I can just dump it on the freaking crash mats. So these crash mats, man, they're worth every penny. They were $300, which I was surprised. $300 freaking dollars in Australia to get this. But I think it's worth every penny. If you're at home and you want to throw some weight around, if you want to feel super max weight for the given day, man, just freaking take the 200, walk it out, lower it to the ground, drop it. No freaking worries at all. So mind's racing about all the other things I could be doing. There's been so many different exercises that I wanted to do over the years, but I was always mindful of noise. Now I'm thinking about, you know, I could be doing jerks as well. Some parts of this garage I can't, because I'll freaking smash the light up here. And if you can see this, you know, the light's up here. Look at this. I can grab it with my hand. So I need to kind of position myself out and smash stuff around here. Maybe that'll happen kind of down the track. But right now I'm really focused on, there's my phone going crazy again. I'm really focused on bench press. So I'm kind of trying to do the clean, the power clean. And then the upper body stuff, I'm spending all of my resources, all of my recovery points in the bench press. So yeah, that's been my day. Once again, thank you to School of Mass. Really, really nice surprise. Really cool. Thank you. And if some of you guys want to, you know, support him and his work, I encourage you to click the link down below and check him out and support him. And I think all of us part of the community, if you find somebody that kind of does something that resonates with you, you know, support them. This is my way of supporting him. You know, he sent this out for free. You know, there was no promise that I was gonna make a video about it, but when I opened this up and I saw it, made me feel a certain type of way, and I really wanted to share the love back and maybe to a certain degree unify the community and stop the hate amongst everyone. I know we all most of us come from a good place, and we want to make sure that some of these guys that have passed away, you know, then again, everyone's got a different take. I hate seeing young guys suffer from a hobby of ours. You know, I don't know. Me, you know, looking at it from a health perspective, from a nursing perspective, it hurts me, man. Like, I know we all love the game. We all want to be massive and strong and muscular, but dude, you don't want to die in your 30s, man. So some of these guys are really worrying me, man. The male brain doesn't fully develop until mid-20s, and I feel like some of these guys are jumping on some of these chemicals really early on, and I just wonder, maybe they're not equipped yet mentally to understand the risk. The more mature, the more wise the mind, the more it realizes how fragile life is, and how it's more than just, life is more than just about you. And when you have kids, you realize that. And one of these days in the future, some of these guys will have kids, and they'll, I think, regret some of these decisions that they're making as 20-year-olds, as 18, 17 freaking year olds taking these drugs. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. Once again, thank you to School of Mass. Appreciate all of you guys. I'm happy that I'm part of this community. Happy that I've been celebrated in this way. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.